It happens to the best of us. You find yourself at a party, and inevitably someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, you're Jewish. What's the fifth commandment?" And you look at your friend and you say, "I don't know, arson?" And no one can blame you because it's so hard to remember the order and even the contents of the Ten Commandments. Their order doesn't seem to have an obvious logic. And so today, in the days leading up to the holiday of Shavuot, where we celebrate the receiving of the Torah, I want to offer you a way to always remember the Ten Commandments in the order in which they appear. So follow along with me. There is one God, that's the big first one, monotheists. You shall not have another God, number two. And then when we say not to say God's name in vain, we think of expressions today like, "Oh my God," OMG, OMG, number three. Then we have the commandment to keep and remember and guard Shabbat. So for those math whizzes, we have 2 candles plus 2 challahs equals commandment number 4. Then we have the commandment to honor one's parents. So we imagine saying a big high five to your parents. Good job, guys. Then we have the 6th commandment. So if you can do a image like this of someone trying to shoot and then you block it with one finger, that's 6. Or a more child-friendly version, if you will. If you see people drowning, you save them, the 6th finger. And that's a positive way of saying don't kill. Now we come to the 7th commandment. If you've been to a traditional Jewish wedding, you know we often have the chuppah, and we have the couple, it's 2, covered by the chuppah, the wedding canopy. So that's 5 fingers, 2 fingers, that's 7. Next we have an offense that is punishable with handcuffs. Make your handcuffs. It's like an 8 on its side, number 8, and that's when you try to steal. Then we, of course, have the 9th commandment, which we think of because the 9, if it's turned upside down, is a 6. So the 9 might be a 6 lying about its identity or vice versa. And that is, don't lie. But then we have the 10th commandment, which is different than all the other ones in that it's an emotion, it's a feeling. It's not so much a specific action to do or not to do in that same sense. And that is, do not covet. And so we think about all of our hands reaching for something that we can't quite attain, someone else's thing that we so desire, that we're jealous for. And there's a beautiful teaching by the 18th century Hasidic master, Rabbi Yechiel Michal of Zolochev, who teaches that the 10th commandment isn't really a commandment as much as it is assurance of a divine reward for the fulfillment of all the other commandments. Because if, he says, you fulfill all the preceding 9 commandments, you will not want for anything. You will learn restraint. And this perhaps is one of the greatest lessons for our own times right now, because we may work as hard as we do, we're all hard workers, but there are some things that we can't control. And learning to live within those limits and not be envious of others or even of ourselves, be envious of our previous life, the luxuries, the conveniences we once enjoyed, that gets us nowhere. And so as we approach Shavuot, I encourage you to take the wisdom to heed it really strongly from our ancestors in Pirkei Avot who say from Ben Zoma, who is rich? He who is content with his lot. In other words, if we can learn to make peace with what we have, if we can restrain ourselves, and we can remember that we actually do have control, that's a perfect antidote to jealousy. Jealousy happens when we feel we're out of control. But we can learn to really appreciate what we do have when we learn to respect each other and be kind to ourselves, to God, and to uphold the dignity of all those around us. So I want to wish you and yours a Shabbat of peace, and one in which we can truly appreciate that which we have, and all these things over which we have control. The 10 Commandments really, at their heart, are a celebration of a human being who knows how to contain her himself and live in line with a divine vision for what it means to be human, what it means to be Jewish. As an added bonus for getting ready for this coming week, I'm going to include below my cheesecake recipe. Please try it out at home. It's delicious, it's easy. And please check out this week's coming Cheesecake Chats series we're having through Beth El. every night beginning Sunday leading up to Shavuot after evening minyan, after the 7:30 minyan, we will be treated to classes from our very own members and staff teaching us different amazing offerings. So come Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. More details on our website, but please do check it out. It's going to be wonderful. And of course, we have the communal Shavuot teaching with all the clergy of the area Thursday, this coming Thursday, from 6 to 8 through the Bucks Kahila registration link. And everyone take good care, and we'll see you soon on a screen. Shabbat Shalom.